harassment. Okay, coming back to the law again, who's an employer? The law defines employer for various organizations as for any government department or organization, the head or any notified officer shall be deemed to be an employer. For any other workplace, for public, private, limited organization, companies like ours, most of the organization, any person responsible for the management, supervision, and control of the workplace shall be deemed to be the employer. For example, the person or board or committee responsible for formulation and administration of policies. For example, the managing director or the branch head in case there are branch offices, etc., etc. For a dwelling place or house, this law is applicable to everybody, all types of employers, all types of employees, organized sector, unorganized sector. So for our homes where we keep or where we have these domestic helps, we as the employer become the, or we as somebody who hires the domestic help become the employee. Employee again defined very well by the law. It says somebody hired directly or through a contractor becomes an employee. A regular employee or a contractual employee is an employee of the organization. Temporary, ad hoc, probationer, apprentice, trainee, somebody hired with or without remuneration or voluntary. There are people, students who from law colleges, from management schools, who come to our organizations to complete some project report, or as part of their curriculum, they are required to do a month or 2 months training for to meet their curriculum requirements. They may not be paid anything. For an NGO, somebody goes there to work voluntarily. They are not being paid anything, any remuneration. Still, for the duration for which they are working for an organization, for an NGO, for example, that I gave you, they will be deemed to be an employee. Any incident that happens get covered under this law. Hired under the express or implied terms of employment, again, by there are organizations who offer huge, thick employment agreements. There are still organizations who just hired them, pay people salaries, and that's it. No documentation executed. However, that person will still be treated as employee. Domestic worker, we just discussed, domestic worker becomes an employee under this law. And what is a workplace? So the law defines the workplace to be any place visited by the employee arising out of or during the course of employment, including transportation provided by the employer. So anybody, of course, the office building becomes our workplace, the office where we sit and work. The official parties, the offsites that get sponsored by the organization, they are our workplace because we are visiting that place, during the course or arising out of our employment with the organization. The cab service provided by the employer becomes a workplace. The hut beautifully displayed there is a scenario where we are all, again, people are working from home in the current world also, even after COVID. So people who are working from home, however, during the course of their employment, they, if an act of sexual harassment gets done against them, they get covered. Even their homes get covered as a workplace.
Welcome to COMPLINITY Technologies. COMPLINITY is India's leading governance, risk and compliance software helping companies to manage their compliance, contracts, litigation, legal updates, inter-financial controls and more. COMPLINITY is a one-stop shop for all GRC needs. With our proprietary 12 GRC modules and real-time legal updates on 2,000 plus laws and 24,000 plus compliances, all in an integrated platform that is easy to use with automated alerts and risk management capabilities, is why compliance managers, general counsels and chief financial officers choose COMPLINITY every time. Join the most innovative and prestigious brands that use COMPLINITY. Automating your compliance management. Request a demo at complinity.com.